How's it going, everybody? It's time. What is it time for? So let's get to it. Welcome back. I'm so glad each and every one of you can make it and might be interested in this video. That's the word I'm looking for. So what are we going to do to that, you may be asking? Well, it's going to be a comparison longevity test. It's not going to be a how-to test or anything like that, no instructional video. So what we're going to do first is strip all the wax off. Not that there's probably any on them, because I know they don't wax their cars that much, but Dawn dishwashing liquid, I'll hit it a couple times with that. I'll show you the water beading before, after the Dawn. Then I'm going to use the Dawn dishwashing liquid as my lubrication, and I'm going to clay bar the car, or not car, hood, to get anything off of it, right? Then I'm going to hit it with Meguiar's Ultimate Compound, because that's what I have handy. Plus I want to get rid of it, because I'm wanting to buy some new stuff. Followed up by Ultimate Polish. And the reason I'm doing those two, the compound is going to get rid of some of the swirls and everything, and the polish will bring back a little bit of the color. Then I'm going to wash it in Dawn again. Then I'm going to hit it with the isopropyl alcohol, or IPA for those. If you ever hear anybody on a detailing channel say IPA, that's what they're talking about, isopropyl alcohol. And then here's some of the combatants for the day, okay? Now this is just something that I have on handy. I didn't run out and buy any, although I did buy one about a week ago, and I've been really wanting to try it. But we have Griot's Garage Polywax, right? We're going to use that one. Lithium Auto Care Seal and Squeal. Now both of these are man-made products, okay? They're basically sealers. We're going to try, most of these are sealers. I think I've only got, let's see, one actual wax. So I'm not expecting it to last that long, but we're going to put it in there just because. And here comes the sun. The new Hybrid Solutions Ceramic Acrylic Black Wax by Turtle Wax. I have some more of the Hydo Silex, right? Their ceramic coating. Another Lithium Auto Care product, Ceramic Slam. Really love this stuff. It's so easy to use. Followed by Griot's Garage Ceramic 3-in-1, okay, and the very last one, which is the actual wax. This is not it's a synthetic polymer wax, but it's an actual wax. It's not a sealer per se. Meguiar's Ultimate Liquid Wax. But that's all of the combatants. Like I said, I'm going to show you the water beading properties first, then I'm going to wash it in Dawn, then I'm going to clay bar it, so on and so on and so on. So let's get to it. All right, what does it look like with just water? Absolutely nothing, but we're going to go through the full process. That way everything is done equally. Everybody has the full advantage of the same exact chemicals and preparation. And anytime you do waxing or anything like that, prep is always number one. The better the prep, the better the job. Alright, in goes the Dawn. I'm going to put a liberal amount because, like I said, I'm going to be using this for my clay barring also. What? You're going to use a soap as a clay bar lube? Yes, absolutely. What do you think is going to happen? Huh? Really? There is absolutely no need to run out and buy expensive clay bar lubes when soap and water does the exact same thing. Now many of you would think that I'm crazy. Not me. But whenever I wash a car, if you've ever really paid attention, as I'm going over it with my sponge or my washcloth, my wash mat, whatever I'm using, I always kind of drag my other hand behind it, and I can feel with my fingers in this lubrication whether it needs to be clay barred or not. And I can tell you right now, this joker needs to be clay barred. Oh my God. So I'm gonna let that sit for a minute and we'll be right back. All right, let's rinse this off. Now, just so y'all don't think I'm the junkiest person on the planet, if you look right there, if you're wondering what that cage is, we had a turtle one night sitting there, and I was like, what's going on with it? Well, come to find out it was laying eggs. It dug a hole and it was laying eggs. So to help Mother Nature protect his young, I made that wire basket, put over it, and put a couple bricks on top of it so a cat or anything can't knock it over. And I actually have a couple slits cut around the bottom of it, and I will take it up and trim that when I trim the yard. But I have slits cut around the bottom of it, 2 inches by, or 1 inch by 1 inch. That way when they hatch, they can go get out. I've got them cut, you know, like 4 or 5 all the way around, so they can get out. But let's get this rinsed off. I just didn't want y'all to think I was the junkiest person on earth. That has got to be the flattest paint I've ever seen in my life. And if the sun doesn't go behind the clouds when it comes time to polish and wax and all that, I'll move it out into the shade. But for right now, let's just continue with what we got. So let's get it clay barred. Alright, as you see, I got my clay bar. This is from a kit that I got from Mother's. It came with 2 bars and detail spray. All you want to do is just knead it up, right? Make sure it's all nice and squished. Then you want to take it and flatten it out. Okay? You want to make something that is easy to work with. Okay? Either the palm of your hand, or I normally use like 3 or 4 fingers, like so. That's all there is to it. Now we're going to go left to right, back to back, make sure we cover the whole thing. This has got to be the worst I've ever seen in my life. Oh my goodness gracious. Horrible. Sounds like sandpaper going over the paint. Much better, much better. I don't know how well you're going to see it, but you can see all the crap coming off, and that's just a little 1 foot by 1 foot, but I'm not going to make you watch me do the whole thing. So I'll be back after I get the whole thing done. Alright, I've got it all clay barred. I got it dried off. Now I'm going to hit it with the isopropyl alcohol, and then I'll give you another water beading shot and start to work. Just an old household towel that is beyond use in the house. I always tell my wife to save these things for me, because you can use it for many things: drying your engine, drying tires, wheels, all that stuff. Or in this case, this. Fold it over. Talk about flat paint. Watch this. That's about as flat as it can get, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, let's get this dried off and then I'll show you what we're working with. Remember, old household towels, don't throw them away. Perfect for stuff like this. Let me get you in here so you can see what we're working with as it finishes drying. As you can see, it's seen better days. Paint got clear coat that's coming off. so we probably won't even mess with that section. Same here. Flat, scratch, dull finish. I mean, no shine whatsoever, no nothing. But hey, it was free, so I'm not complaining one bit. You know, with something being free, why would you complain? But we're going to see what we can do with it. Number one, we'll see how everything brings back the color and vibrancy and all that, depth of color. See if they're miracle workers, but more importantly, this is just for longevity and a comparison test, like I said. So now that it's dry, I'm going to hit it with the compound with my Griot's Garage 6-inch random orbital kit polisher. I'll hit it with the compound first, then I'll hit it with the polish, hit it with the Dawn again, make sure all that stuff's gone. That way nobody can say, oh, it's because you used this product with that. There won't be anything on it, it'll just be clean. Now, as with towels, rags, socks, anything like that, they have so many uses in the detail world. So do old pads. I mean, look at this thing, it's gnarly, it's gnawed up on the edges, it's time to throw it away. No. Perfect for stuff like this. So, can you imagine using a brand new pad on this? Oh my God. There we go. Shake the product really good, like always. Always shaky, 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 shaky. I'm gonna get the whole hood with the compound, then I'm gonna hit it with the polish, and then we'll start with the product. Since this is a dry pad, I'm just going to use a liberal amount. All right. Now the pad's buttered. I'm going to put it all the way up on 6 to start. Did it make any difference? Just that. Let's get in here and see. I'm going to use this old cheap microfiber utilitarian towel that you can buy. I think I got these either at AutoZone or Advance Auto. Let's see if it made any difference. Just that little bit of polishing, or compounding, I'm sorry. Wow. After, before. And that's just with the compound. One pass. Well, one time. What a difference, right? So let me get the whole hood done. We're definitely going to have to move. Whew, the sun is out now and the clouds are almost gone. But let me show you something. Like I said, this is all I used. You saw the before, right? Look at that. Actually has some shine to it now, some depth of color, some gloss. And any of you don't know how this stuff works, you start, they have a cutting compound, a polishing compound, a polish, and then a wax and sealer, so on and so forth. Each one gets more and more abrasive. Starting from the bottom, you have the most aggressive, the cutting compound. It's really aggressive. It has the largest cut particles in it, whether it's synthetic particles, sand, whatever they use, right? Then you go to the compound, which is a little lighter. Then you go to the polish. And each time you use the finer one over the top of the coarser one, you get more and more shine, more and more depth. But look at that. Look at how good that's looking already. And that's just with that one coat of compound. Alright, another old pad. This one's even worse than the other one, but it'll do the job. Polish, right? Shake it up. Don't have much in here, but I should have enough to do this. Jesus, alright, that should be enough to start. Let's get you down here so you can see this. I had to move because it started getting hot up there. Oh my goodness. But I've got just this 1/3 polished. Now for this, since we're getting finer and finer and finer, I'm going to use a edgeless microfiber, okay? This is better quality than the other ones because I don't want to put halos and stuff in it. Plus these actually remove polish and stuff better. But look at the shine that is starting to come back in this paint, just from the little bit of stuff that I'm doing. It's just crazy. I mean, look at that. I mean, just look at how much better that looks. Oh, wow. Put you back on the tripod and get the rest of it off. Look at that. Busted. God almighty. But anyhow, you ready for this? I don't think you're ready for it. Just think, all I've done is compound it and polish it. I ain't waxed it, I haven't done anything to it. But look at the color and everything that has come back in this hood. You remember how flat looking and everything it was? Now the hood still looks like crap. I could wet sand it and get rid of probably 50% of what's left, but just look at how now wet and dark that hood looks. I mean, just look at that. You can almost see the reflections of the clouds real clearly. I mean, just night and day difference, isn't it? And it's not hard. Anybody can do this. Yes, you too, Car Nation videos. You can do it, but you need the proper tools. Not a rotary. You need a dual action. And anybody can get results like this. It is so simple. But let's see how it looks with water on it now. All it has is compound and polish. Look at that. Like I said, you could put anything on a car. I've said it before in my videos, anything on paint and you'll get water beading. Now this is just compound and polish. And look at that water beading. So now, after spending all that time doing that, I got to take that off. So I'm going to wash it and down again, get it flat, and then we'll start applying the polishes and the waxes. Alright, this darn dishwashing liquid again. Now I'm going to let that sit for a minute while I go in and use the restroom, get me some drink and another pair of glasses, and then I'll rinse that off. If for some reason this doesn't take it off, I have some other stuff that I know will work for it, but I've never had Dawn dishwashing liquid fail me. You might have to let it sit on there for a couple minutes. Now, with that said, ceramic coatings and stuff, it won't work with that, but with waxes and polishes and stuff, it most definitely will. Alright, it's been sitting on there for about 3 minutes maybe. Let's see how it does. Look at that. Once again flat. Once again flat. Look at that. Now what I was referring to is that I put in my other video that I'm going to go ahead and put it in here again. Doesn't matter what it is, okay? Doesn't matter. I'm just going to take my hand. Watch this. I'm wiping it off, okay? Nice and dry. I'm going to put it on my hair, side of my face, right? Put it on the car. Wiggle it. Now watch how it beads water. Look at that. Completely gone. You can see the outline of my hand. Completely. Just gone. Look at that water beading. And it is so misleading to people because people put waxes and stuff on their cars, on their YouTube videos, and like, look at that beading, look how good it's doing, yada 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 yada. And it's all BS. The only time it should really matter is in a longevity video. You know, here's how it's beading now, let's see how it beads in a week, a month, 6 months. So here we go. There's no beading. Let me get the rest of the soap off. There's no beading, as you can see. It's all flat, right? So what I'm going to do now, I got an errand I got to run. Well, actually a couple of them. I'm gonna grab me a bite to eat for lunch. It might be this afternoon. It might actually be tomorrow when we get back to this. We'll see. But this is where we stand now. It's been clay barred. it has been compounded and it has been polished. I'm actually going to hit it one more time because I see just a little bit of beading right there. I'm going to hit it one more time with the Dawn dishwashing liquid. And the reason I use Dawn is because it's so easy for anybody to get Dawn. You can go to any convenience store, any auto parts store, Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot, anywhere, and pick up Dawn. You can't go to these local places like that and pick up the Rewind or something like that that strips off all the wax and everything, okay? You have to order that stuff. So my channel, I try to use stuff you can readily get, okay? So that's why I use Dawn. Plus it's cheap and it works. So I'm gonna hit that one more time just to make 100% sure there's nothing on there. And we'll be back. Alright, we have 7 products that we're going to test. So I'm going to divide the hood up into probably 8 sections. I'm going to use my little tape because it's only tape I have. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to double line it with a gap in between. That way it gives me a wide margin so there won't be any cross contamination or anything like that. Then I'm going to try to keep everything on the flat part. That way as the sun hits it and the water hits it and all that, it won't want to roll off. In other words, I don't want to use the curved part because the water and sun and everything, the way it hits it, might affect it differently than if it was on flat. So I'm going to tape it off and we'll go from there. Like I said, we've got 7, so I need 8 sections. Like I said, I'm going to stay away from the rough parts. These parts and everything, it won't matter if I get any wax and stuff on them, it'll all be fine. Alright, here's the way they're going to stack up. Now there's no rhyme or reason to the way I just set these on here. All I did was try to pick the best parts of the hood. So for this section right here, we're going to have the Hydo Silex, the Ultimate Liquid Wax by Meguiar's, Ceramic Slam behind it by Lithium Auto, the Hybrid Solutions Ceramic Acrylic Black Wax, the Seal and Squill, again by Lithium Auto, Ceramic 3-in-1, which I have not tried yet, so I'm interested in seeing how that does, and behind it the Liquid Gloss Poly Wax by Griot's Garage. So let's get to applying these and see how it goes. We'll start here, I'll work across the front, then we'll put the camera on the back side and go across the back. Alright, the Hydo Silex says, of course, put it on apply on a clean surface. We're just going to spritz it on, immediately wipe it, give it a second to haze or dry or whatever it's going to do, flip the rag over, buff it off. It's that quick with this product. So here we go. Safety off. I love these little triggers. Make sure it sprays. It does. Try to make sure no wind makes the product go anywhere but here. Okay. Clean microfiber towel. We're just going to basically wipe it in, back and forth motions. We're going to do all of them the same way. Spread it with the rag. Give it a second. Flip it over. And wipe it off. Again, I just tried to pick the best, flattest sections. You know, this is a good section, but it's got the rolling lip to it. So I just tried to pick the best sections of the hood. But that's all there is to that. And I can already tell the immediate difference. Look at how slick that is. So, there is the Hydo Silex. Now we're going to do the Meguiar's Ultimate. Okay, per the instructions. For glossy paint finishes only, do not use on flat, matte, or satin finishes. For best results, apply in the shade to clean, cool surface, one section at a time. Allow 3 to 5 minutes before removing Ultimate Liquid Wax. For use by hand, using the included applicator, spread a thin, even coat. A second pass is recommended to ensure even coverage. As above, apply and remove one section at a time. So we got to apply this, wait about 3 to 5 minutes. Let's just let it haze over, let it dry. So shake the product up really good. Take your applicator, and this is just an old applicator I got. You can buy packs of these, 4 or 5 of them at Walmart, you know, real cheap. I'm just going to apply this in a straight motion, back and forth. Okay. Then I'll go up and down. Make sure I got full coverage like it is stating. And I will go back and forth one more time. And there we go. That's all there is to applying that one. There is the Ultimate Liquid Wax. We'll give that about 5 minutes and then we'll come back and take it off. Next up is the Ceramic Acrylic Black Wax by Hybrid Solution Department of Turtle Wax. Let's see what it says. Wash and dry car. Okay, shake well for best results. Do not over apply. Use 2 sprays per panel. Spread and wipe with clean folded microfiber cloth. For more cleaning and feel, allow to lightly haze. Use a separate microfiber cloth to remove. Fold cloth as needed. Can be used on wheels, exterior trim, and plastics. Do not use on convertible tops. Allow paint to cure for 24 hours before washing or applying a second coat. Shine tip. Polish vehicle first, well, we already did that. Can also be used with Hybrid Solutions wash, wax, and detailer and coating products. So, shake it up. We'll grab another microfiber and get to it. I got me another microfiber towel. Now just so you know, this is a tinted wax. So this will work great on this dark color hood. But it is tinted black. Here, let me show you. See? It is tinted black. So be aware of that. This is not made for white cars, brown cars, tan cars, anything like that. It is made for a black car. So I'm only going to give it 1 spritz. They said 2, but that's for a panel. We're only doing this 1 section. So I've got it on there, like the others. I'm just going to wipe it back and forth, make sure I have the complete area covered. Flip it over, right? And give it that final buff. There is the hybrid solution. Next up is Griot's Ceramic 3-in-1 Wax. Shake well and apply to clean, cool, contaminant-free and dry surface. Well, it's contaminant-free as best we can get it. Sure, there's flaking paint, but hey, we clay barred it and everything. Working one small area at a time, spray a light mist of ceramic 3-in-1 wax onto the surface. Using a clean microfiber towel like PFM, detailing towel, or microfiber polish plus edges towel, quickly spread product over the surface. Flip towel over the dry side and buff to a high luster. If overspray or streaks occur, quickly wipe up with towel. Change the new towel when it first becomes saturated to ensure consistent application. Tips of the trade. For extreme durability, apply a second coat 12 to 24 hours after first application. Additionally, allow 12 to 24 hours before exposing to water, weather, or other surface care products. Okay? So, let me get it to where she sprays. Lightly mist, okay? That's about all I'm going to need. Go ahead and shut that off. Microfiber towel. Spread it. Get it as evenly as I can get it. Alright. Flip the towel over and buff to a high luster, it says. I could tell an immediate difference with all these products. Of course, a definite slickness right after applying. So there is that product. Is it slicker? Absolutely. Look at it. If you care about your vehicle, Yeah, right. Okay, Torque. Thank you. But there's those. I'm going to turn them around this way. See, it won't even hardly sit on it. This is super slick. Wow, look at that. So, set it on tape. There is that one. So we'll go around to the other side and film those products going on. Next up, Liquid Gloss Polywax by Griot's Garage. Says apply a thin, even coat to paint surface by hand or orbital. Allow to cure for 10 to 30 minutes depending on temperature. Yes, you put it on, you let it sit for 10 to 30 minutes. Wow. So I'm going to have to keep an eye on the sun and make sure it doesn't really get on this. Wipe initial residue with a clean microfiber towel, then turn the cloth over and lightly buff to high luster. For superior results, use lower speeds along with soft pads when applying this with the orbital. So let me get a pad. Now, this is the same one I used with the Meguiars, but I'm going to use the reverse side. So we're going to shake this bad boy up, because this is a man-made product. It will separate in the bottle just like any man-made product. Here's what I love about Griot's bottles like this. It's open. You don't have to remove the top. That is open. That's pretty cool right there. So we're just going to apply a little bit to the pad, right? You don't need a bunch. A little bit of this stuff goes a long way. Wipe my top off so I don't have goop all over it. And now we're going to apply it. Same as the rest of them. Back and forth. Right? And up and down to ensure I got complete coverage. Do it as many times as we want to or as feel necessary. I'm just doing it until it looks like the product is spread evenly. And that's all there is to it. We'll come back to that one in 10 minutes and wipe it off. Next up, Lithium Auto Seal and Squeal. Let's see, directions. Make sure the paint surface is clean and cool. If the surface is not smooth, do your paint a favor and clay bar it first. Well, we did that. This product's gonna last a long time, so make sure it's the way you want it before you apply it. Basically, use an applicator or microfiber cloth and rub onto surface in the same direction as the wind would pass over the panel. Allow sealer to remain on surface for several minutes until it has cured, then remove. That's all there is to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply it and remove that. The polygloss will remove this at the same time. So let me set this back up here so we know what's what. Okay. Get another pad. I'm just using old disposable pads on here that I've had for a while. That's going to be thrown away. It's got holes and stuff in it, but for this purpose, it is perfect. A couple little drops like that ought to be enough. Then we're going to spread it back and forth, up and down. And this product actually cures pretty quickly, but we're going to let it set and wipe it off just like the other one, so you know we can test how easy it is to come off compared to everything else. So there is the Seal and Squeal. Next up, Ceramic Slam by Lithium Auto Products. Alright, as the saying goes, I'm not going to read all that. Spray Ceramic Slam on 2 square foot area, never in direct sunlight. Spread around using a clean microfiber towel. Allow the product to cure for 5 minutes, then buff to a high shine. Wipe up any overspray immediately. Once cured, it's tough stuff. Avoid getting the car wet for 24 hours. Notice a resemblance to all these products. Don't let it get wet for 24 hours. Don't let it get wet for 24 hours. Yeah. Yep, here we go. Just one light squirt, just like the rest of them. That's actually too much. But clean microfiber towel. Work it in just like the rest of them. We'll give it about 10 minutes, and 5 to 10 minutes, and then we'll come back. Alright, it's been 10 minutes. So let's get all this off. Clean microfiber towel. You remember it had ceramic slam here, where that was. So we'll take it off first. Super easy to remove. Then we'll go over to the poly wax. Take it off. Well, sealing squill, I'm sorry, it's next. Right here. And these things are super slick, look at that. Wow! All of them the same way. It's crazy how slick this stuff is. Fold towel again. Get it off of there. Take the poly wax off. Now let's get the Meguiars off. Super easy to come off. Look at that. Just like all the others. And today's products, it's hard to go wrong with any of them. They all go on easier and they all come off easy. And they have to, otherwise customers aren't going to buy them. Nobody's going to want them. So they've got to be relatively friendly to use. But today we're testing, you know, a few designer products like the ceramic slam, the Hydo Silex, against commercial readily available products like the Meguiars, the hybrid solutions, and the Griot stuff. So it's not really a battle to see who's best. It's a battle of what I have just to test the durability and see which one lasts the longest. Now I'm not going to be doing torture tests or nothing like that, but this is just product review and testing. As you saw from the video, they all go on super easy, and they all come off super easy. Each one has its own little nuance, and that's why it's important to read the directions and follow the directions strictly if you want the results that you're expecting. Well, there you go. Like I said, it's all applied. Look at some of the shines and reflections you can get. I can see reflections better in some products than I can others. But that's not a true test, you know, that's just a little bit of a clarity issue. But compared to where we started, how flat the paint was and everything, to where we are now, just look at the difference. Wow, what a difference. Looks like glass, doesn't it? But we're going to see how it lasts. I'm going to let this sit out here for a while. I'm going to take the tape off of it here in just a second. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and do it. There, that looks a lot better, doesn't it? You can see the marks where the tape was and everything, which that's fine. I mean, I could take some detail spray and wipe it off and get all that off if I wanted to, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to leave it. No big deal. But just look at the shine that just that little bit of work has put back into it. This actually used to be a pretty nice metal flake paint finish. But there you go. Humidity, man, wow. But there you go, got it all polished, got it washed, clay barred, compounded, polished, waxed, and sealant supplied. How long will it last? I don't know. Will it last as long as they say it will? I doubt it. You know, they all say up to 6 months to a year. I've never gotten a year out of a product unless I constantly come out and reapply it. But I mean, if it's as easy to put on as today's products are, that's no big deal. I mean, the Hydo Silex that I put on my red car, I'm really liking it so far. I don't know how I'm gonna like the 3-in-1 by Griot, but I mean, if they're so easy to put on where you just come out after you wash your car, if you take 5 minutes and spray it on and then wipe it right back off and keep that protection going, I mean, you can get years out of a product, you know, so why wouldn't you? But that's the video. Till we get the updates going, we'll see you in the next one. I'm gonna go in and cool off for a few minutes. Thank you so much for watching. Get out there and enjoy your car. That's what I'm doing. Even though this ain't off of one of my cars, I'm still enjoying doing this. So we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.